So what I've done here is I've brought about a gallon of apple juice to a boil. And once you get it boiling, I'm going to add my brine mix. Give it a good stir and get it nice and dissolved in there. Okay, so now that we've mixed our brine and we let it cool for a little bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it into this bucket. This is an interesting little contraption I got at Bed Bath & Beyond. It's called the briner. And we'll show you a little bit more about how this works tomorrow. But for now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to take our brine, I'm going to pour it into this bucket. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this and set this in the refrigerator overnight to cool. Okay, we have let our brine sit in the refrigerator overnight. So now what we're going to do is I've got a turkey here that's just a shade over 15 pounds. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it down in the bucket. And then we're going to pour a couple more gallons of chilled apple juice over top of the bird. Okay, so as you can see, the turkey is not fully submerged because it floats a little bit to the top. But the cool thing about this bucket is that it comes with this top right here, and what you do is you just push it down, get it fully submerged, and then rotate it like that, and it will keep your bird fully covered by the brine during the brining process. So what we're going to do now is we're going to seal this up, put this in the refrigerator for 24 hours, and we'll be back tomorrow. Okay, so for the next step, what we're going to do, we've got the grill warming up, and while the grill comes up to temperature, we're going to make our injection for the turkey. And first thing we're going to do is start out with 4 sticks of unsalted butter, and I've got it over low to medium heat. So we're just going to let that melt, and then we'll go with the next step. Okay, now that we've got our butter melted, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add 12 ounces of beer to this. And I am using the Yuengling Black and Tan Porter today. And we're going to turn up the heat and let that come to a slow boil. Okay, once we've got this about to a boil, I'm going to turn the heat way down, and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon, of sea salt, 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of barbecue rub, 1 tablespoon of ground mustard, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and 1 tablespoon of black pepper. And then we're just going to stir that in there and let that simmer for about 10 minutes or so. While our injection is simmering, what we're going to do now is make the dry rub to go on the turkey, and we're going to do that in equal parts of barbecue rub and poultry rub. So what I do, just pour them in your shaker, close it up, and give them a good shake to mix it up. Okay, I've removed the turkey from the brine, and I've set it in as big of a pan as I could find. And the reason for for that will become obvious in a minute. You don't necessarily want to do it on a cutting board, because what we're going to do now is we're going to take our injection mixture here and we are going to inject it into every part of this turkey that we can. You just want to kind of get it up under the skin there about every inch or so. Till you do it all the way around. We're going to do it on this side, and we're going to flip it in, flip the turkey over and do it on the other side in the breast as well. Okay, once we've injected the turkey, what I'm going to do is take some of this excess injection and just kind of rub it on the turkey to use it kind of as a binder. And you do not want to throw any unused injection away, because we're going to use this later on. Once we've got spread it on there, we're going to take our dry rub and give a good liberal coat all over the breast of the turkey, and then we'll flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, we've got our grill running at about 350 degrees. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take some applewood chunks and just kind of put those around the fire for some smoke. And then we're going to cook on indirect heat today. So I'm going to put our heat deflectors in, and then Tracy has asked that I get some turkey dripping, so I'm going to put that in there, and then we'll put our grill grates on top. Okay, so now that we've got some smoke going, what we're going to do, I'm going to take this turkey and just put it right there in the middle. And the other thing that I've done is I've cut up an apple and an onion, and we're going to stuff those in the cavity for some aromatics. And I'm also going to put in some tarragon and some oregano. Tried to find some thyme, but all the grocery stores were out of thyme. So this is the best I can come up with. And we're going to let this go for about an hour, and then I'll come back and show you what we're going to do next. Okay, we've been going right at an hour here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of that leftover injection that we saved, and we're just going to give this a good base. And then we'll close it up and go for another 2 hours. Alright, so we've been going right at 2.5 hours here, and we're reading right between 160 and 165, so I think we're done. We're going to take this off, let it rest a little bit, and then we'll be ready to go. Alright, so this is the finished product after we've butchered the hell out of it, but it tastes pretty good. Be sure to smash that like button, and we'll see you next time.